Hello everyone, hello, happy greetings to all you friends. Thanks for tuning in. It is evening time. Bear with me as I clean the camera. I hope you're doing well. I had a great day. I went to work and let's flip on some lighting. And so, as mentioned in the description, and I do hope that you are doing great, is we're gonna make our heavy metal detox smoothie. So welcome to the video, and as you know, I have made other videos on this topic showing my smoothie, and now we're going to prepare a batch for the week or for the next 5 or more days ahead. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have my ingredients set up, which I described in the about post. So I already put in about 210 grams of wild blueberries. So those went into our blender. And I also already added the Dulse seaweed. So that's the seaweed that we are working with. It is organic and it has a nice salty taste, and it has a firm texture. So this one is excellent for you to blend up, and you can get different brands depending on your location, but this is the one that I have access to in my local supermarket. Then we're going to add our cilantro. I washed it last night and I left it sitting in the fridge to stay fresh, and I'm gonna pop that in here. So you want to get fresh cilantro or coriander herb. They call it by both names. So that's gonna go into our blender. And then in addition to those ingredients, we're gonna add barley grass juice powder. So go ahead and grab your barley grass juice powder. Now, the brand that I like that is suggested by the medical medium is Vimergy barley grass juice powder. I actually had ordered this other brand from New York about a few months ago. I have several. So this is the new batch. I just opened it. So the key is, I think, is to get one that is organic. There's another one that's called the Daily Green Boost, which is barley grass juice powder, but you want to make sure that it is organic. This one is raw, so I approve of it. Organic raw, and I like the taste. It has all the nutrients that are required, of course. It is high in vitamin K, as well as vitamin A and vitamin C. And it has then a bit less, but some iron, vitamin B3, calcium, and magnesium. So this could just be a simple green powder that you add to your smoothies in the future to enhance your daily nutritional intake. So that is the barley grass juice powder from this brand called Terra Soul. And next we're gonna add some spirulina. Now I reused this plastic container that was originally dates, but I reused it because when I bought the spirulina, it was sold in this organic brown paper bag to save the environment. So I just decided to repurpose it. Now the color is richly green. It has a deep, it smells amazing actually. This is spirulina. So you want to add some organic raw spirulina, which is basically from the sea. It's extracted from the sea as a sea type of vegetable and nutrient. You can also get it in tablets. They sell it in capsules and in tablets. I prefer the organic powder for me. So far we have the wild blueberries, the Dulse added. the cilantro, the 2 powders. So we're set with our 5 key ingredients. Now you can add any other fruit and vegetable to your liking. And if you want to keep it for the express purpose of removing heavy metals, which is my intention, then we want to limit and have no fats in this particular smoothie. And I follow the recommendations of medical medium to some extent, like the celery juice. I was inspired from listening and hear him talk about it a lot. And then also heavy metal, because this smoothie is really helpful in the sense that I believe that it helps to remove the heavy metals that are accumulating in our system every day from exposure and even from the past through maybe metal fillings in your tea, through exposure, through radiation, Wi-Fi, flying in airplanes, contaminated water, fluoride treatments in water, fluoride treatments at the dentist, exposure to different elements in the pipes that transport our water, because not all of us can have a very elegant filtration device at home. So sometimes you could be drinking tap water and you think that it's really beneficial and that it might be clean. Like in New York, they say it's okay to drink. But I don't believe that myself, so I would prefer to have filtered water. In any case, the point is that we accumulate those heavy metals that are being transported in myriad ways into our body. And so it benefits us to remove them. And the reason why it's beneficial to remove them safely is in order to have improved thinking, to cleanse our system in a sense of we don't want to have neurological problems down the line. We don't want to have Alzheimer's. We want to prevent those. We don't want to treat things. We want to prevent them as much as possible to avoid costly procedures in elder age, to avoid pharmaceuticals, even pharmaceutical meds, they have heavy metals. A lot of supplements carry heavy metals, depending on where you're getting your products from. Like if it's from China or somewhere that was exposed to some kind of contaminated radiation, then that's going to also have a higher heavy metal load. So eventually we're eating this, taking it into our body, and so the purpose here is just to safely remove it. So that's what we are doing. So now we have all 5 ingredients, and now I would just like to add to this one, I want to add some pink pitaya, which is dragon fruit. And I just use these packs, so you can get them at a supermarket if they have it. Hopefully they do. Otherwise, you can probably order it online from Fresh Direct if you're in the US. Or if you're in Dubai in the UAE, I got this one from Waitrose, and you can also get them at Spinneys. So check with your local organic supermarket. And Waitrose and Spinneys are not necessarily organic places, like where they only sell organic products, but they do have those amongst their products. So that's not always the case in other supermarkets, and particularly with this type of food item. So that's the deep pink dragon fruit, pitaya. And it's also helpful to clean our liver. This one is in the liver cleansing smoothie. So we're going to discard of that. And then, as I mentioned in the description, now you can play around with it and add any optional veggie or fruit to your liking. I would like to add to this one cucumbers, because I had already prepped them, so you can just check it out right there. So I had already prepped cucumbers and actually some apple, and I have ginger, so I'm gonna add ginger and cucumber just to enhance the vitamin C load, also the veggie load, although technically cucumber is a fruit. So that is what I shall do right now. And then I'm also going to add a tooth or 2 of garlic, because garlic is a powerful immunity system booster, and it safeguards us from falling ill, from any kind of immune defense attack. So having some garlic and onion every day can help your lungs, and it improves your immunity overall. So, and the reason why is because it has something called allicinin, and there's a whole video on the most nutritional and potent antioxidant cancer fighting foods, and garlic is, I believe, the highest. So garlic and then onions, foods from the allium family, so including like onion and leeks and chives and garlic. So make sure that you can intake some garlic in garlic original form or garlic powder in your weekly nutrition. Also, white button mushrooms are extremely beneficial, and Dr. Greger from nutritionfacts.org discusses that as well in one of his videos. Okay, my friends, so as you see, we've got our blender ready and loaded with the 5 key ingredients, and I'm going to add, as I mentioned, the cucumber. So you can take this opportunity to add any veggie that is to your liking. It can be Brussels sprouts, it can be some kale, it can be broccoli. I haven't added kale because I don't have it right now in my fridge, but I do have loads of cucumbers because I was making cucumber juice. And by the way, cucumber juice is actually really good for your skin, for under your eyes, to keep that part of your face nice and clear, to refresh, and to keep your skin and your whole body hydrated. Hydration is key, especially as the temperatures rise around the world, especially the northern hemisphere, or particularly the northern hemisphere. I'm adding a whole bunch of ginger. You see, I had peeled some ginger yesterday. I washed it. It's all ready to go. So I was thinking either I make the smoothie tonight, which was last night, or I just prep everything and leave it for tomorrow, which is what I've done. So we're gonna do that. Now you can take your lemon or lime and you can spritz some lemon juice into your blender and give it a nice boost. I really love having lemon and limes, citrus foods every day. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's just so beneficial. It's an antioxidant. It's rich in vitamin C. It's in the fruit family, so don't fear the fruits. And I have it like practically every day. And if I don't, I really miss it. So, yeah, hearts go out to the lemons and the limes. And so that's pretty much it. Now, usually I would add just a combination of spices and kind of complicate the smoothie, but I want to keep things simple because it's already evening time for me, and I just want to share what I am creating because it's what some of you have been asking about it. So here is my smoothie, my main smoothie. If I make one, it's this basically. I don't really, it's always like the base of my creation when I make a smoothie. I don't really stray from it because it's so far the only formula that I have to detox and remove heavy metals. So I'm just gonna add also some paprika powder. Yeah, this is the sweet paprika powder, and it's high in iron actually, so maybe you didn't know that. And it's also giving food a nice smoky feel. They use paprika a lot in cooking Hispanic dishes and even some Middle Eastern. I believe it's combined with harissa sauce. Maybe, I don't know for sure, but it's a very nice spice and it's rather mild. It's not very pronounced like a chili powder. And so grab your water. I've got my water, we've got the frozen blues in there, the pitaya, 1 cucumber. Now let's measure out the water to give you a sense of, I'm gonna make it nice and liquidy because I want to freeze it. What I mentioned was it's a batch, right? It's for the week. So I want to make sure that I have at least like 40 ounces in the end. And what I typically do is at the end of our smoothie process, so that's going to be let's say 2 cups. I'm adding sufficient water because in some instances the blender kind of blocks up, so I want to avoid that and have smooth sailing. All right, so let's pop the top, getting everything in there. I think it's going to be really nice and authentic and original, and I personally love cilantro, and it's also good for boosting our happiness levels. It helps to stave off depression and just keeping you feeling in a good mood. So I always enjoy the taste of it. It's really fabulous, and I highly recommend cilantro and parsley. Cilantro, by the way, is higher in calcium, and parsley is higher in iron. So together, they are a super potent dynamic duo. Must combine, and really, if I could have it every day, I would have both of those every day because they're just so beneficial. Okay, now let's prep. We're prepped, we're ready. Let's flip on the switch and take it forward. Blend up your smoothie now, so get yourself going. That's it. Start with a slow speed so you don't jam and overwhelm your blender. And it depends as well on the kind of blender that you work with. So you want to work with a nice high speed, like a strong blender. Once I stop the blender. Now, I do hope that that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's quite liquidy, so we have enough for our week. I think at least 4 days will do, just until we finish this week. And then I'll make a new authentic batch. So my dears, this is what we've got. And let's bring you into it. So here it is. This is our smoothie, live, in action, making it happen. And we've got almost, it looks like 36 ounces. 36 ounces is decent, right? And of course, you can just make for a daily portion if you wanted to make it fresh every day. But that's just what I do. And now my next step is to divide it into separate containers, which you may have seen before. And I take smaller vessels, smaller glasses, and I separate them, which is why I save my glass jars. I'll just show you what it looks like in here. So in the back over there, I've got some glass containers that were previously either honey. This used to be a honey, which I use sometimes for spices. And then we have also the bigger ones. This one is about 17 to 18 ounces. big, so that would give you a big whopping container. And then we have like this one, the traditional one that I've usually taken. So let's go ahead and I'll put you on this side now. And I'm going to serve it up into the different portions. So this is a scale that you can use, or if you have your own way of keeping track, then that's cool too. Just do what works for you. But for now, we want to work efficiently and effectively. So the first one is going to be in. Wow, so just right. Wow, even a little stick it saved itself. So down it goes. And then I'm gonna freeze it. So cheers. This one is 306 grams. Let us take note of that. 300, I have to get my trusty little book soon. 306 grams, which is almost like 10 grams, right? So that's the first one. Put that aside. Then the next container. That's it. So take a, prep it. Came out rather thick too, actually. So because of the you know, the several ingredients we put in, it really has yielded a good thick consistency, and it's also enough to be filling for one portion. And really, you know, work with what you usually consume on a daily basis within your caloric needs, and you add the portions accordingly. So that was the other one. I'm gonna make this one. This used to be a nice honey jar, and it's really a beautiful one, actually. It's nice and strong and sturdy. So you don't have to throw them all away. We don't have to hoard. We don't have to like be excessively hoarding, right? But at least reuse them to avoid those plastics. And then that's a nice one. Could be like a small serving. Put that over there. So that's about 175. Okay, cap that off. And then we have this one. So as you can see, you don't have to like chug it all down in one go. You break it down so you have someone for every, you have a serving for every day, and that way you're not really always in the kitchen. You're not always having to clean the blender and prepare. If you want to, if you have the time and the willingness, then go ahead and do that. However, I'm just working at the moment, so it helps me a lot. And even when you're working from home, you may find that you just actually get busy doing other things, and you don't have time to even make your smoothies sometimes. But this way we can ensure that we are primed for success. So there we go. We've got our servings, our 5 portions, which you saw. So there we go. We have 1. This is 2. This is 3, 4, and the biggest one, 5. Yeah, so that's it, my friends. Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie, ready to go, ready to transport. You can take it with you when you go to work, or when you're going out to run your errands, or if you have to pick up your kids, or whatever you have to do. If you don't have kids, you have to be your own parent. So this is a great way to ensure you're set up for success, and you can guarantee yourself the greatest opportunities to have a green smoothie, get your favorite veggies in on a regular basis that goes smoothly down to your intestines through your digestion. Elimination is easy, and it's also effectively removing heavy metals. So I know it's delicious, and this one is going to have a kick to it. It's got lots of ginger. I think it's lots of ginger, but I like that ginger kick. And again, if you don't like ginger, then don't add it. You can add turmeric. You can add both. I've done that too. But for now, this is what we created. So we've got our smoothie done. So success. Thanks for tuning in and coming along. I hope you make it or make your own type of green smoothie. Do what works for you. Do you, be authentically yours. So lots of love, joy, and well-being, and I'll see you soon. Bye from Jen at Personal Power Wellness Coaching, and this is our heavy metal detox smoothie. See you again. Bye for now. Finish.